Okay, hi sir. How are you today? My name is Lestari Tapea. Today I will share my answer. The topic today is why cats and dogs are imitated. The story. There is a house that is frequented by mouse because he has a very small body so he can sneak in through small cracks in the house. This place is more rarely visited because it is dangerous. There is a skinny cat. It seems he really eats wood that is good for him. The lizard like a mouse. The night the mouse was caught by the cat. The night the mouse hovered overhead a man and a woman shooting at each other. It turned out the man shot his mother ran to the cylinder and in exchange he was given a limping horse. His mother was angry. They will starve to death. For however, where's the ring will never starve. Now back to the mouse, cats and dogs, thinking how they got the ring back. And they got a good idea that the mouse didn't get eaten but helped them sneak into the ring's owner's his house now. They reached down the alley and jumped through the window. It was a scary thing because they were on top of the cat, so the mouse plunged everywhere. After they left the city and reached the river, they immediately crossed the river. The cat and mouse climbed into the dog bag and immediately headed for the house, where the rings was found. Not far from the house, inside there was a man and a woman with happy smiles on their face. An order from the dog to wait for them to sleep and take the rings off was a good opportunity to take the ring. Of course, after the man and the woman fell asleep, the little mouse was forced to enter through the small hole to retrieve the ring, or her life would end in misery. After the mouse entered, she sniffed for the house crumbs, but she had a hard time finding them. Luckily, there was something glittering in the moonlight. It was the ring. The woman leapt into the table and other chairs. They were they were clearly rich, maybe meant it was a government official. The mouse ran up the ring in its mouth, but at the time, the cat wanted to betray the mouse and said, "Say goodbye to this cruel world, little mouse," said the cat. But then the dog came panting and said, "Stop, cat! A promise is a promise. A promise must be kept by the dog." They returned to the river Niller and went to town. This time the cat went to the roof while the dog ran down the alley and the mouse went home. A few weeks later, the mouse passed by the cat's house and the dog stayed. It seemed that the occupants of the house were having the party. Look, it's true that the rings won't starve. When they walked through the window, the mouse was surprised to see the dog tied up and more sad than before. When the cat was very healthy and wet, then the mouse approached the dog and asked, "What happened? This house is full of food. Why don't you come in?" said the mouse. The dog roared and said, "The cat is a liar. He tricked me. He walked to the roof and then jumped on the bed and walked them out with the gift of the ring. Then he was considered usable, whereas and I was just as a usable as least dirty animal. Even I was grateful when they threw garbage at me and they tied me outside. I really hate the cats until the dramatic accidents. We'll continue to hate it," said the dog angrily. Okay, the story is done. Okay, next to this is the question. Number one, who told the story? A mouse. Number two, explain its characterism of its character in the story. Okay, this is a mouse. It's a good nature who helps others. Dog has a good nature and is also a smart animal. The cat has a temperament and cowardly nature. Man and woman, two people who are unaware to each other. Number three, what is the main value of the story? The value is self-interest only for pleasure is very bad while your own friends are in trouble. Remember, there is a time when you reap. What are you doing right now? Number four, what is the main conflict in the story? The cat's cheating on the ring made him li- him good live a good life while the dog lived a miserable life. Thank you.